Hi everyone, my name is Wawa and I'm back with another viewer replay match, and this time it is gonna be a PvZ matchup and it's gonna be on the map Delta Quadrant. Now PvZ is always fun to watch, but a lot of people are saying now that PvZ is pretty much imbalanced because of the recent 1.1.2 patch, which did a lot of damage to the Protoss players. We're not really a lot of damage to the Protoss, but basically a lot of improvements for the Zerg, as those roaches really are very strong indeed. And I'm not sure how come the Protoss players are having a hard time right now, but they are indeed having a hard time. Maybe because the fact that people know how to counter the 4 gates now, and also counter the warp cheeses or void UI cheeses and cannon rushes. I think people know how to counter them right now, and I think that's why some Protoss players are having a hard time playing up, especially in the high pro level scenes, which is just ridiculous talent in that talent pool, or in that league pool. For example, GSL always has a high talent pool, which is always entertaining to watch them fight each other. But anyway, back to the game. We are seeing the red Zerg here is gonna be Magikarp standing at the bottom right position, and his opponent is gonna be the blue Protoss MskiMorvhin. MskiMorvhin is a pretty popular Filipino player. I think he is one of the best players, one of the highest ranked players in the Philippines right now. And if we look at the SE2ranks.com, I think he's the number one right now with 1,000 games, I think, or maybe 500 games. But again, that is very incredible indeed. And Magikarp is pretty much the unknown here. I'm gonna call him Magikarp just to be sure that I'm not gonna say the PKM anymore. I'm not really sure what that means, but yeah, I'm just gonna call him Magikarp, and that's it. I think Magikarp is from I think Magikarp is a Pokemon. Correct me if I'm wrong though. I think he is a Pokemon. And here we go. We are seeing a spawning pool first here for Magikarp. So he's not going for a hatchery first. But wait. Oh, he is gonna go for a hatchery. So he went for a 15 spawning pool and also a 14 hatchery. So this is something new. We are seeing something completely different from the Zerg player right here, Magikarp. I'm not sure if this is gonna work though, but this means, I think, that he doesn't have enough money or enough larvae to produce that much units at any time right now, as we are seeing that there were 3 eggs right there being made or making drones. So that's not always good, as that means that he lost a lot of money, and he did lose some time making those drones. So yeah, I don't think it's a good build, but we'll see what happens as the game progresses. And looking at the Protoss side, we are just seeing a very basic opening right here for a Protoss player, MskiMorvhin. But there's a drone doing some harassment inside that base, and not really gonna do much, but yeah, he did some damage to one of those drones, or one of those roads. That probe is halfway done already, halfway killed already. And I think this is a very early assimilator. We're not really sure with the timing of the Protoss, when that Protoss assimilator, the second one at least, when it goes down. But yeah, it looks like it's a pretty early assimilator comparing it to this Magikarp opening, as he is just getting his extractor. I think that's a very late extractor on the 20 food count. But then again, he went for an early hatchery, so that's pretty much okay. But that means that his upgrades is gonna be delayed, and his layer isn't gonna be anytime soon. So yeah, he's gonna be dead if Morvhin here went for a Void Ray Rush, because I'm pretty sure he won't expect it. But then again, I'm not really sure, as we see these 4 Zerglings gonna traverse across the map and just gonna try to do some scouting. But you don't really need 4 Zerglings to do some scouting in front, or scout that front right there of MskiMorvhin. You just need, I think, 1 is good, or maybe 2 is good, or maybe your scouting drone. You can just park your drone right there and just make him scout up and down. So yeah, that's always good, as we are seeing 2 more gateways being built here by MskiMorvhin. So we are just seeing basic openings right here. I think he's gonna go for some robotics facility after this 2 gateways, or maybe just another 4 gate. And here we go. Oh my god, there's a lot of Zerglings on the field right now. We are seeing gonna try to do some harassment here. He's gonna try to pull off that Zealot, but that Zealot is not gonna bite, as he is gonna hold in that position. So yeah, good job right there by Morvhin, not letting or not chasing after those Zerglings. as we are seeing more Zerglings are being made right here for Magikarp. Wow, 10 Zerglings being made right now, as I think more are on the way, as that larvae just popped out of that hatchery. More Zerglings traversing across the field. So I think this is gonna be an all-in push right here for Magikarp, as I don't see any transitioning to higher tech after that initial push, as he is just continuing to make any tech building. And here we go, we are seeing some Baning nest being made right now, so he's gonna transition to Baning busting action, as Baning bust I don't think are always the good thing, or Banelings are not the best thing in the world, especially if you're going against a Protoss. As we are seeing, Morvhin is just gonna go for an expansion right here. So I think he's pretty much secure with this expansion. But here we go, these Zerglings are gonna try to do some harassment. Those Zerglings are gonna surround two of those Sentry Soldiers. Going 1 and 2 are gonna go down. That cell did go down as well, as they are surrounding two more sentries. Those two sentries are about to go down, as those War Shields are gonna try to prevent those Zerglings from coming through the ramp, as we are seeing two more Zealots on the way fighting against those Zerglings. Those Zerglings are gonna try to surround those Zealots, but they are gonna be force fielded again by one of those sentries. That sentry is gonna block that ramp, completely walling off again, as those Zealots are still alive, pouncing 1-on-1 against those Zerglings. Those Zerglings are just not really doing enough damage against those Zealots to do any more harassment, as those Zerglings are gonna try to continue to harass. Fox firing on that Zealot. That Zealot is about to go down. I think he should just go for some gateway damage, as those Zerglings are not doing any damage at all. He's just gonna have a hard time killing them off, as he is finally fended off. But oh, wait a minute, we are seeing some Banelings being morphed in. 5 Banelings exactly, as this is gonna be something different. Especially in the PvZ matchup, you don't really expect to see this as an opener for a Zerg player, as it usually go for some higher tech units. But wait, we are seeing finally some drone production for our player Magikarp. So yeah, he is doing a good job right now. He successfully blocked off that early expansion by MskiMorvhin, and he actually did a lot of damage, killing off 5 or 6 sentries and a couple of Zealot as well and at the wrap. And here we go, we are gonna see Baneling action right here. Are we gonna see a ton of damage? Oh, good job, good force fielding there by MskiMorvhin taking a couple of hits for those Zealots. Those Zealots are still alive though, and as those rest of the units are gonna be force fielded still, they're not gonna do any damage at all, as they're just gonna focus fire on one of those Zealots. Those Zealots are gonna be focus fire. 2 Zealots did go down to one of those Banelings. Good job right there, Magikarp. But still good force fielding here for MskiMorvhin. This is such an intense fight, as MskiMorvhin is just gonna focus fire on those Banelings. Those sentries are gonna focus fire at those Zerglings and Banelings, and just gonna slowly kill them off one by one. So yeah, good job right here for Morvhin. Good defense, very very good defense, I have to say, as he's just making Zealots and sentries right now, as those are the 2 best units against Baneling Bus or a Zergling push right now, as very very good indeed. And we are seeing a Roach one being made right here right now for Magikarp. So I think he's done with that Baneling harassment, as he is continuing to macro very very well. So good job right here. At least Magikarp doesn't really give up after that initial push has been defeated, so he knows how to macro up and knows how to transition into a late game or to a mid game stage, as he is not making any more Zerglings at all. So yeah, this is a good thing by Magikarp. Pretty happy to see that a player of a not really a high caliber, but pretty sure this is a Diamond League replay. So yeah, a normal player in the Diamond League is good at transitioning, and this is what actually differentiates those Gold League players to a Diamond League or to a Platinum League player. So yeah, here we go. Finally, we are seeing Morvhin having the balls to move out of his base. Gonna kick off all of those units at the front of his ramp. So yeah, I think he now knows that Magikarp doesn't have any more units in or to harass them without. So we are seeing 5 Swine Crawlers being made right here by Magikarp. I don't like this positioning of these Spine Crawlers, as they are way too separated, and this one Spine Crawler is pretty much prone to an attack right here and easily gonna just go one by one. Especially with this Protoss ball right here. This army is pretty scary indeed. Those a lot of stalkers right there, as they are gonna easily pick off again one by one these Swine Crawlers. Especially there's no units right here for Magikarp right now, so he needs to make more roaches in order to counter off this harassment by MskiMorvhin. MskiMorvhin is gonna try to go for the counter push right now. Is this gonna be successful by MskiMorvhin? He picks up one spine crawler that is being made, and finally focus firing on a second spine crawler. So here we go. Gonna do a good job picking that off. Spine crawler is doing a ton of damage actually to those units. Those gels are gonna go down very quickly, and we're just seeing those Stalkers focus fire on the spine crawler. Those spines still tons of damage, picking up all those sentries. Those sentries are gonna go down one by one, but there is still a ton of Stalkers on the field, so this is gonna be not looking good right now for Magikarp. Magikarp losing all of his sentries, all of his spine crawlers, and one more is remaining, as those 3 roaches can't really do anything at all. He's just waiting for the rest back, or rest of his enemies, or rest of his armies to come in, as 16 Zerglings are on the way, and a couple of roaches also. Finally, here we go. We are gonna see the Zerglings surround one of those Stalkers. Those surround is gonna be failed, as it is gonna be microwing MskiMorvhin. That is microwing Stalkers very good. Gonna kite some of those units, and those roaches are gonna focus fire on one of those. This Stalker did go down. The Queen is still alive after all that battle, and here we go. We are still seeing 3 roaches on the field right now. MskiMorvhin should focus fire on those roaches, as he did, and the Queen finally did go down, and Magikarp is in a terrible situation right now after that opening push. It didn't transition fast enough and didn't make any units fast enough to fend this army off, as we all hate this 3-gate or this 4-gate push by all those Protoss, as he did. Actually, this is a 5-gate push right now, so this is a very pesky push right here. I really hate this, especially if you're a Zerg player. You're gonna really hate this, as this expansion is gonna go down. So good job right here by Morvhin, killing that expansion off. And here we go. Some Broodlings gonna try to do some damage. Gonna try to pick off these Zerglings. This Zerglot did go down. Wow, that's pretty epic. And MskiMorvhin, I think, is gonna try to go for the kill right here. Is he gonna go for the kill? Oh my god, how many spine crawlers is being made right now? 7 spine crawlers is being made right now, making a cross, actually a laying down cross. I don't think it's gonna be enough time for him to finish this spine crawlers off, but here we go. MskiMorvhin is just gonna completely focus on one of those and gonna destroy them even before they hatch. And here we go, probes coming in the battle, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. GG already for Magikarp. Wow, those drones are gonna try to go for surrounding those Stalkers, and here we go, some Zerglings coming into the mix also. So wow, this is it, the last push. Oh, Marvin gonna try to go for some microwing a little bit more, as he did, or he might lose those army if he didn't macro them back, as those drones are gonna try to go surround. These L's are gonna die one by one, as there are 3 spine throws and a Queen in the mix, gonna defend. And I think this is not gonna be enough for that defense, as 3 spine throws, or those Stalker numbers are just too high. 8 Stalkers or 9 Stalkers right now on the field with some shots. And GG by Magikarp. Magikarp has lost. Good game by Morvhin. So this replay was submitted by Morvhin from Mineski. He said it was a pretty epic replay, but I think I'm not sure. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 or 7.5 out of 10, because that early push was really something, as in he really did a good defense against that early push. Not to mention there was some Baneys on the field also, so yeah, that's a very good push, a very good defense I mean, and good counter push. So yeah, that's it. And if you have epic replays of yourself or someone you know, or someone high level or pretty known that you have an epic replay of, just send them to me at wawase2@gmail.com, and I'll see you soon. Bye.